Hello, and welcome to Sofrita. I'm Mayra, and today I am going to be talking to you about this product. It's the All-Star Nutrition. Here you go. I don't know if it matters. I think GoPros are pretty good about showing you and not being blurry. So I purchased this for my son, Eros. I spoke about this in my last video that I was going to be mentioning this product. I saw it on Facebook, and it basically said, I saw something about the cure for autism. So, as I said before, quick recap, my son is not autistic. However, the school has labeled him as such. His pediatrician says no. So I basically am doing everything to help my son to be able to communicate better. And whenever I talk about communication, my communication seems to tank. So I'm basically doing anything, almost anything and everything to get him to, unlock himself. I know I spoke about my daughter who had the same situation with, like my son, was slow to speak. It was around third grade, right around this time, like he's about to go into the third grade, but homeschooling third grade this year, where she was able to communicate effectively. It was like a breath of fresh air. The girl never stopped talking. However, we were thrilled that she was able to finally communicate. And it just got little by little, every year it just got better to the point that, you can't shut the girl up, and it's great. It really is. But same thing's happening with my son, Eros. He, has just taken the same steps as his sister. And I decided, with her, like the 2002, 2003, there wasn't a lot known about autism and how it's, where does it come from? Is it from shots and, things like that. However, the one thing I did notice with my daughter was, this is strange, and I've never heard of anyone else having this situation happen. Every time she would get one of her vaccinations, she would spike a really bad fever, and then she would speak a little better. And it was just one of those things that where people, anti-vaxxers, were like, oh, this is a bad thing, all these vaccines. And trust me, I see where they're coming from as far as like what the hell is in all the vaccines. It's one thing, like the standard measles, mumps, and rubella. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right, MMR. I totally get it. I'm always down to, I promote those big time because I feel that they've been around for such a long time, and I think they're the safest. However, all of a sudden, there's like so many shots that they want to pump into a kid that I'm like, and what's in that? I'll talk about a situation, and my daughter might want to talk about it as well. Her experience with one of her immunizations when she was 12. However, whenever my daughter, like I said, would get a vaccination, she would just kind of like get these fevers and she'd snap out of it. And as a matter of fact, it might not have always been with the vaccination. Like maybe it was the vaccinations that were giving her the issue. I don't know. All I know is that the girl used to have issues when she was a kid as far as urinary reflux. And she would get fevers from that. Excuse me. So my daughter would get, had urinary reflux disease, right? And she would get really bad fevers from that. And that's when she started to be able to speak better. Anytime the girl got a fever, if it was from a cold or an ear infection. My kids never got ear infections. So whatever the heck was wrong with this kid, she would start speaking better. And I was like, why is that happening? I don't know what it was. All I know is that's what happened. And it was almost like my husband and I, we would notice the difference. And we just kind of wished, like for another fever, and we kind of let it ride, and we let her ride it out for as long as we could, obviously as safely as we could as well. But because sometimes those fevers got scary, especially with the urinary reflux. But yeah, but like she got sick one time. She went to the hospital, and she was in the hospital for like 4 days, and she came out and she was able to speak a little bit more than when she went in. It was like, I don't know what it was, but my thought was, whatever's going on, this kid is getting unlocked. And that's what I feel like I'm doing with Arrows. Now, if his pediatrician was to come up to me and tell me, okay, I know we didn't diagnose him before, but this is the situation, then, first I'm still going to, take care of my boy as, normal as possible and try to keep him, as mentally active and, try to challenge him so that he can unlock his potential. And that's what this says it does. Now, I do believe in the gut-mind connection, that anything that's happening in your gut is affecting everything in your body, not just your mind, but everything. So if, it's like if you're eating sugar, at some point you're going to bring on, all sorts of things, if it's diabetes, candida, or whatever. It's not good for you. So when I saw this, and I was like, I'm going to get this stuff. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest. When I bought it, when I got the box first, I thought, okay, this is going to be a pretty big bottle. I thought it was going to be bigger. I was going to use an example, but I thought it was going to be about that big. Because on the promo, they show this kid holding it like this, and the bottle's about that big up against her face. I think I'm going to probably put the picture in. So when I got this, and I was like, for $53 or whatever I paid for this, I was like, this better work, because I was pretty upset about the size. And they only have one size, and they have two other, I guess, supplements that they promote, but at $53. And I don't know if you could see in there, I don't want to spill any of it. That isn't that far from how it was when I bought it. So it was pretty, I was like, come on, you send me a smaller container than what I thought. And then it looked like it was half empty, and I was livid. So this stuff, so you're supposed to use a scoop, depending on weight. For Arrows, he gets a scoop with everything, and I act like it's like gold leaf or platinum or something super valuable, caviar, I don't know. I don't try to let any of it go to waste because it's so freaking expensive. I get that everyone, has to make their dreams come true, but you come out and you promote a product and says, oh, the cure for autism. That plays to a person's, emotional, side, especially when you see that your kid's struggling and you think, if I buy something, if I buy this, my kid's going to be cured or fixed or whatever. Yeah, so I was not happy with the amount that was in the container, especially when I saw how big the container was. Now, I can say that my son, he flourishes all the time. He for whatever reason, when he's with us at home, he does so much better than when he was in school. He just, he speaks more, and he's so excited to speak. Not all the time is it, clear as to what he's trying to say. He kind of makes up a lot of words. But the fact that he's getting words, vocabulary, completely has nothing to do with whatever you're talking about. So, for instance, if I was to ask him, hey, would you care for a cup of coffee? He's like, well, it's not Valentine's Day. And it's like, excuse me? Not that I'm offering my kid coffee. I do, just to have him say no. But, if you, I don't know what we were talking about yesterday, and it was just like, and I told him, you do realize that doesn't make sense to what we're talking about. We're talking about this. Oh, it was about him having to floss and brush. And he kept bringing up conversations regarding, I think that was the Valentine's Day comment. And I was like, huh? But anyway, love my kid. There's times that his comedic timing has gotten so much better. I'm excited to say that this product has become a part of his daily ritual. I cannot say for sure that this is what's doing it. And he's basically just like 2 weeks in for this product. However, they said that it takes, this is, I guess, a month. Okay, well, they say this is 2 months worth of, but if you're putting it in, and I guess you're just supposed to give it once a day, but still, I can't say that this is what's helping yet, but I am watching. And I do know at the rate how fast he is capable of learning things. So if all of a sudden it was a spike in, his comprehension seems to be, or critical thinking or something was to change, I would definitely go, hey, well, maybe it's that. Because that would probably be the only thing that would be different, except for the fact that now that we're doing the American Sign Language, ASL, which seems to be the first thing that I was doing that was actually really helping quite a bit. So I don't know if those neurons are firing because he's using, his, sign language to be able to, learn more things. I don't know. And that's me showing some of the little bit. If you could get so close, tiny bit of ASL that I'm learning. So I'm going to be, especially when I'm talking about arrows, I might throw a little bit of my sign language, because if someone's watching it, they can tell me, you ain't doing that right. And I want to know, because that's the thing. I'm hoping to be able to communicate effectively with people. And I don't want to go in there, I'm learning sign language. And they're like, the hell was that? I don't want to be that person. This stuff, still not sure. There's a lot of videos of people that are losing their mind over it, but it's always on their website. I haven't seen a video that was just a YouTuber that used it that is saying exactly if it's actually working. I do plan on utilizing, the mind-gut theory that he needs better probiotics in his system, which that's supposed to be. And I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know if this is making a difference yet. And like I said, all the stuff that I'm seeing on YouTube doesn't necessarily come from, someone who's not on their site or their commercial site. So I just figured, I'd probably be one of the first or something to come out and tell you. Expensive. It's not going to be as big as you thought. And is there some science behind probiotics and gut and thoughts and things like that? Yes. At the same time, can you do that with bone broth? They said that bone broth is fantastic you know, to help with, to heal your gut, especially like if, you know, you have like leaky gut or whatever, and figure with children, you know, being born today, all the different types of things that, you know, they eat. If it's fast, we're not big on fast food, but it's not like we have like the healthiest of diets, even though I've tried to help him with that. He has like the best diet in the house, but every now and again he does get, you know, holiday candies and things like that. So anyways, just wanted to let you know that so far, am I seeing results in my son? Yes. Can I attribute it to this? No. Do I think that it's a good product? I know that it's supposed to be. Now, if it is, not sure. But thank you so much for being here with me. And if you liked what you saw here today, hit the like button, subscribe, share, notification bell for when we upload another video. And I'm not sure what's the next video going to be for, you know, anything, like especially for arrows. I've asked him if he wanted to be on, and he's like, no. And I'm not going to force him to do that if he doesn't want to. But thank you very much, and I hope you guys are all okay, healthy. I'll see you next time.